Love is a shield to take the power out of other people's negativity and not be affected by it. Remember, the magnetic fields of feelings surrounding each person. There is a field of love, joy, happiness, gratitude, excitement, passion, and a field for every good feeling. There is also a field of anger, discouragement, frustration, hate, desire for revenge, fear, and a field for every negative feeling. A person surrounded by a magnetic field of anger doesn't feel good at all. And so, if you come into their presence, they will most likely direct their anger at you. They don't mean to harm you, but they can't see anything good when they are looking at the world through their field of anger. All they can see are things that anger them. And because they can only see anger, they are likely to get angry and hurl anger at the first person they see, often a loud one. Does this situation sound familiar? If you are feeling fantastic, the force of your magnetic field creates a shield that no negativity can penetrate. And so it won't matter what negativity anyone hurls at you. It cannot touch you and it will bounce right off your feeling field without affecting you at all. On the other hand, if a person hurls something negative at you and you feel what they say, then you know that your feelings must have dropped because the negativity broke through your feeling field. There is only one thing to do if this happens, and that is to find an excuse to politely walk away so you can restore yourself with good feelings. Two negative fields multiply at a rapid rate when they come into contact with each other, and no good can ever come of it. You will know this from your own life experience. Two negative fields together are not a pretty sight. Muddy water, let's stand, becomes clear. Lao Tzu, circa 6th century BC, founder of Taoism. If you are feeling sad, disappointed, frustrated, or any negative feeling, then you are looking at the world through that feeling field, and the world will look sad, disappointing, or frustrating to you. You cannot see anything good through a field of bad feelings. Not only is your negative field attracting more negatively to itself, but you will never see your way out of any problem until you change the way you feel. Changing the way you feel is easy compared to running around trying to change the circumstances of the outside world. All the physical action in the world cannot change the situation. Change your feelings, and the outside circumstances will change. I repeat, change your feelings, and the outside circumstances will change. The power is from within, but we cannot receive it unless we give it. Charles Haanel, 1866 to 1949, New Thought author. When someone is surrounded by a magnetic field of joy, you can feel their joy touch you from across the room. People who are popular and who have magnetic personalities are simply people who feel good most of the time. Their field of joy that surrounds them is so magnetic that it draws everybody and everything to them. The more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands, drawing everything and everyone you love to you. Imagine that. Now, as you can see in this photograph, we see a human with circles around it. Now, these circles are basically the magnetic fields. They are also referring it as to the aura of the person. Aura is nothing but an invisible magnetic field of energy, which is around 12 feet diameter across you, approximately 10 to 12 feet. So now if you're coming in close contact with, humans around, so there are times that the aura overlaps. So this magnetic field is represented or also known as the aura. Now, whenever you walk across a very kind of a person who has a very strong aura, I don't want to get into details of aura. There are different colors of aura. There is a main aura, there is a sub aura. So that's all there. But yeah, one person who has a very strong aura makes you have that vibe in you that, something positive is happening. It's always said, somehow some people are like, whenever you get close to them or your aura is in contact with their aura, you get a repulsive feel. You cannot stand that person. That's nothing but a repulsion of the auras. So जब आपका magnetic field north का होगा और उसका भी north का होगा, so when you get north pole magnet to a north pole magnet, it will never attract. It will always be in that repulsive mode. So jab bhi, it's not that both persons have the same aura. It's a figuratively speech, relating or linking it with the magnetic field. But yeah, whenever you are in contact with the person where you have this strong sense of discomfort and a strong sense of hatred, it's basically when your aura or his aura, they both come in contact with each other, there is a repulsion that is happening at the level of the aura. And also when in the start of the chapter, they are talking about different feeling fields. Now, what are they referring to? They're referring to the feeling fields as the perceptory glasses. So if you are looking at a person from your lenses of your glasses of a good feeling, you will see good. But if you're looking from a lens of negative, even if the person isn't good, for you, it will be negative because that's the field, that's the reference you are taking.
So then how do you explain that? You just said that if you are not comfortable in a person's aura because he's giving you negative, then how does that fit into this? That you are only seeing the negative in the person, which may or may not be true because that's your perceptory lens, right? That's your perception, your belief system. But the other person might be really positive.
दोनों जगह इसने जो फील्ड को रेफर किया है, there are two different fields. जब when he is referring to as the feeling field, that is the perception glasses. That is in the start of the chapter. But when he is referring to something surrounded by a magnetic field, not a feeling field, a magnetic field, that is what he is referring to as the aura. That is where the repulsion will happen.
But that's not got to do anything with the person. The person may be very positive and very this thing, but you are repelling him
It's,
because
see,
you,
it's something like it's not gelling with your aura at that time.
because you are in the negative zone, right? Because auras also keep changing, right? When you're sick, your auras are down, right? When you are in a
Auras can change
depression,
every second.
yeah. When you're depressed, you are angry, you are in grief, your auras change. So at that point of time, if somebody comes in contact with you, they might not feel comfortable because they might not be receiving that the glowing aura. Isn't that the, so auras also change, right?
Auras change.
Yeah,
Auras can change every second. There
right,
are a lot of exercises which people do in order to strengthen your aura. Now,
right.
all exercises, yeah, all meditations related with your third eye, which is here,
Yeah.
they're all aura strengthening meditations.
Mm.
So if you have a strong third eye chakra, that gives a sign that you are you have a very, very strong aura. Now, strong aura is basically a aura which has got a powerful shield so that the others cannot penetrate.
Right.
It's like an invisible field of energy around you, which is there for your protection. Like when I was referring to Om, have this ball of white light. It's nothing but a protection.
Right.
अगर हमने वो white light को और अपने aura को strong कर दिया so that nothing can penetrate inside, that's where we won't feel anything. That is when, if you're coming from a zone of positivity, a zone of love, and we are looking from the field of love, that will never affect us. It's nothing like a shield we have on ourselves.
Yeah, but Arjun, sometimes people take it like what I've understood is sometimes people take this that I am powerful, I am strong, and nothing negative can affect me in the sense of the ego. When it comes out as if I don't know if I am able to explain to you what I mean, but some people uh, at that point of time it feels that they are actually not being kind. Uh, they are not empathizing with the other person's emotion. Isn't that,
Who's interpreting who?
for example, if you feel something that somebody is not empathizing with you in a certain way that you would want them to, because they feel that they're very strong and powerful and they nothing affects them, it comes from the space of very egoistic kind of an approach, like isn't being understanding, being loving, being kind, being compassionate and empathizing also part of the good aura, right? The good vibes of a person.
See, being in good feelings, good vibes, good emotions, yes, it's a kind of a positive emotion. But when we are talking about the other person, now, again, if we are saying that he's not coming from a field of sympathy or he's, coming from a field of ego, what are we doing?
We are judging basically.
See, the time you get criticism and judgment in your thought and you're not consciously aware, that's where you need to work on, that we need to be consciously aware. Judgment and criticism can never be from above the line feelings.
Yeah, but suppose if you keep receiving criticism or constant judgment, then how do you respond to it? You want to still respond
If
from
you
the
keep playing,
space of love.
if you have a ball in front of you and you keep throwing ball, do you think a normal ball has the power to break the cement wall? Quite impossible. Work on yourself. Na? Have your guard shield so strong that they should not be able to penetrate. Now, when we are coming from a premise of judgment and criticism, हम थोड़ी देर के लिए अपने आप को below the line ले आए. जब हम अपने आप को below the line ले आए, हमने अपने guards down कर दिए. So now, if we have our guards down, that is a clear indication for the other person to hit. So always have your guards up. Now, guards up means work on your strong aura, work on your positive feelings, positive zones, and always have this thing at the back of the mind that, I have to be consciously aware and consciously aware of the fact that criticism and judgment always comes from the below the line. It never comes from above the line. Judgment, comparison, criticizing, they're all below line. उसमें आप जहां मर्जी अपना फरमाइश लेके आओगे, you will be putting your guards down.
Hence you will be receiving, so hence you'll be giving and then receiving what you gave.
जब आपने एक नेगेटिव फीलिंग अगले को दी through coming from a premise of judging him or criticizing him, so that's what you've given. The mirror will give you the halo effect back, low G negativity. And that is why we feel, yeah, I am feeling very low today. I don't know what have I done. I was positive the whole day. But if you are consciously aware and then also if you sit and analyze your thought, you'll get that hint. What was it that I gave?
But that's the game now. That's the game you don't realize. Most of us don't reach that point of.
As long as you are having this conversation that this is the game and you understood what the game is, 50% game done. Getting to the single most thing of having a thought that I need to be consciously aware. I need to be aware of my feelings. I need to be aware that I have to be in the positive zone. 50% job is done. Love is the power that connects everything. When all the people in the world love one another, then the strong will not overpower the weak. The many will not oppress the few. The wealthy will not mock the poor. The honored will not disdain the humble. And the cunning will not deceive the simple. Muzi, circa 470 to circa 391 BC, Chinese philosopher. You have opportunities every day to give love to other people through your good feelings. When you feel happy, it is your guarantee that you will be giving positivity and love to whomsoever you come in contact with. When you give love to anyone, the love will return to you, but in a far greater way than you may have realized. When you give love to another person, if your love affects the other person so positively that they then give love to someone else, then no matter how many people are positively affected, no matter how far your love travels, all that love comes back to you. Not only do you receive back the love you gave to the original person, you receive all the love back from everyone who was affected. And the love returns to you dressed as positive circumstances, positive people, and positive events in your life. On the other hand, if you negatively affect another person so much that the person goes on to negatively affect someone else, then the negativity will return to you in full. You will receive it back in the form of negative circumstances affecting money, your career, your health, or your relationships. Whatever you give to another, you give to yourself. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius, 121 to 180, Roman Emperor. When you are feeling enthusiastic, happy, and cheerful. These good feelings affect everyone you come in contact with. Even if you connect with a person just briefly in a store, on a bus, or in an elevator, when your good feelings make a difference to any person you connect with, the effect of that one instance on your life is almost incomprehensible. Remember, there is no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. Scott Adams, born 1957, cartoonist. Love is the solution and the answer to every relationship. You can never improve a relationship with negativity. Use the creative process for your relationships and give love to receive. Use the keys to power for your relationships. Remember, we talked about keys of gratitude, keys of love, and key of play. So use those keys to power for your relationships. Notice the things you love. Make list of the things you love. Talk about the things you love and turn away from the things you don't love. Imagine having the perfect relationship. Imagine it at the highest level you can and feel having it with all your heart. If you find it difficult to feel good about a relationship, then love everything else around you, or just stop noticing the negative things in the relationship. Love can do anything for you. All you have to do is give love by feeling good, and any negativity in your relationships will fade away. Whether you are faced with a negative situation in a relationship, the solution is always love. You won't know how it will be solved, and you can never know how, but if you maintain feeling good and give love, it will happen. The messages from Lao Tzu, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and every great being is loud and clear. It's love. That's why it said love is, the only emotion which is said to be in the metaphysical world is love. Everything is from the premise of love. That's why it said it's the highest positive emotion. Anybody wants to ask anything? It's generally, if you are coming from a premise of love, and you are consciously aware of what you are thinking, what you are saying, हम उस इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग उस फील्ड में हो जाते हैं that we don't realize it becomes our innate nature. Like, for example, if we talk about Buddha, now he was so much into all this after his enlightenment. There is an instance where one of the person came and spat on Buddha's face. Okay. And Buddha had his main disciple, Anando. Anando got very angry that how did you spit on Buddha's face? And Buddha told him, more than him, you need to work on yourself. It did not affect me. I said, thank you. But why did it affect you? So that's the kind of level people went. I mean, they were extraordinary humans like Buddha, Kabir, all those enlightened souls and enlightened beings. But yeah, they used to be from such a premise that became their innate being. It's like they forgot what was there other than that. They were only into that.
Yeah,
And
like
then
some say that, even Gandhi, because he also used to say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And when he said that, if एक थप्पड़ पड़ेगा तो दूसरा गाल आगे कर देंगे, was on the same lines, right?
but Gandhi was not on that enlightenment thing.
हाँ, मतलब he wasn't enlightened, but he worked from the premise of love only.
Yeah.
He was not into
No,
कि
he never
violence मिला
worked
तो
from.
violence
See, there
देंगे.
are many contradictions in Gandhi's life. He worked from a premise of non-violence, yes. But whether that non-violence was love, that's a question mark. Helen Keller came from the premise of love. Mother Teresa came from the premise of love. Gandhi predominantly came from the premise of non-violence. Non-violence is opposite to love, but there is a question mark there. So I would like not to comment on that because too many controversies. Gandhi, a very funny instance. Once a reporter asked Gandhi about Mahabharata, कि जो भगवत गीता है, what is the premise? They say this, they say that. What was Gandhi's wordings? He said Mahabharata never existed. His take on the conversation between dharam and adharam is what is happening inside your own body. That's the Mahabharata. So, no doubt he had a lot of good things, but yeah, there are a lot of controversies also. So, I really don't know.